Nice. Know that I'm Rev Kim, right? I'm a little revved up this morning. I did not have coffee, but I've been feeling better about Christmas and being in the spirit of things because I've been visiting friends, and that feels good. That feels really good. And talking to other people about nothing. But I told them about that, and they go, yeah, I need to do that. I need to be aimless for a while. So anyway, I want to welcome everyone. I don't see any newcomers here. How about on, I cannot see, but I wondered if there were any newcomers on Zoom.
Just LJ, you said that was your sister.
That's my sissy. Hi, sissy. She's been here before.
Oh, hi.
Hi, sissy.
Hello.
Welcome. And this is the year that's been deemed living from one's core values. And the themes are balance, buoyancy, and bravery. And not in that order, because I'm not reading it. But I felt buoyant this morning. I felt very buoyant this morning. So that was nice. And that just made me feel uplifted. So our music today, we're going to go right into the meditation with Patti, Hummel. And you're going to we're going to have a meditation right after that. So you're going to sing, do something, and then we'll just go quiet for a while.
Sounds good.
All righty. Take it away, Patti.
Oh come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, who mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, O Israel, to thee shall come Emmanuel. O come, thou Spirit from on high, and order all things far and nigh. To us the glass of knowledge show, and lead us in her ways to go. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
And as we ask for the light to come forward at this time of Christmas, of celebration, we feel our hearts open to this time of year, the season that we like to call the season of light. Thank you, Patti, that was wonderful. Now we have a real treat. We have a spiritual thought with John LaLonde.
Well, thank you. And welcome Christmas Eve.
Put the mic down a little bit.
Oh, yes.
We want to hear you.
Yeah. Good, thank you. Well, we know the themes this month. Let me just say them here. Balance, bravery, and buoyancy are our themes for this month of December. I want to talk about buoyancy, and I'm going to talk about it from two perspectives. Thank you, Reverend Kim. I texted Reverend Kim and we were texting on something else, but I said, I have a spiritual thought and I have actually two pieces I cannot merge into one. Maybe you'll be able to, maybe it'll appear, but at this point, I'm going to talk about it from two perspectives. Excuse me. So this being Christmas Eve, I am the oldest of 5 children, growing up in the early 50s to mid 60s. So there's a 12-year difference between me and my youngest sibling. I was the oldest, so there was a belief in Santa Claus the entire time I lived at home with my folks. So that was a big good thing. So Christmas Eve was a day of tremendous stress in my household, especially my mom, who led the charge on, wrapping the presents, staging the presents, hiding the presents, and preparing for a Christmas day of relatives blowing through. I think I have 100 cousins, most of which lived in the Detroit area, and they would blow through, or we'd blow through their house, and then there'd be people for dinner. So it was a high stress time for my mom. And I was thinking, God, what kept them buoyant? I do want to talk about buoyancy. What kept them buoyant during this high stress time, and just generally what keeps us buoyant during our high stress times, other than holiday season here. And so I looked at definitions of buoyancy. I kind of knew it as keeping your head above water, but the physics definition is really kind of interesting, in that we know it's floating. It's the ability to float in the air or in a liquid. And so when I think of that, I think of a feather or a leaf, or in my house, dog hair, that is just kind of drifting around, floating, and so light that whatever it lands on, it's just going to stay on the top. The second definition was the ability of a liquid to keep something afloat. So, so the first definition is looking at the lightness of the object. The second definition is looking at the qualities of the liquid to keep something. Here comes Barney. So the second thing, so an example of that is like is seawater, salt water, that you can float in salt water easier than you can float in fresh water. So the qualities of the liquid upon which something light is landing has as much to do with what is floating down. And I just was thinking about that, and it actually reminded me of a David Letterman bit. I don't know if you don't know David Letterman. He's a retired comedian, had a talk show for a long time, and he did a bit called "Will It Float?" And anybody recall seeing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what he did was, he'd have an object that he wanted to know if it would float or not. And he would speculate with the audience and with people, around him as to whether it would, and they'd debate different qualities of it. And then they would, with a lot of fanfare, throw it into a tank of liquid, usually water, and then there'd be drum rolls and a determination. Oh yes, this floated. Well, the one time that came to mind as I was thinking about this was one time he dropped a bowling ball off the roof of a multi-story New York City building into a tub of chocolate pudding. And the question was, will it float or not? So I just thought it'd be fun. How many here think it would float? Dropping a bowling ball into a vat of chocolate pudding from the roof of a building. How many say
maybe,
yes?
Maybe.
There's one.
Can we do a maybe?
We can do a maybe. We can do a maybe.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The answer is yes. It floats.
Wow.
And to just verify my memory of this episode, I asked Siri, who consulted with Wikipedia, so I know it is with great authority that I say yes. Or Siri said, yes, due to the density of the material, some bowling balls will float. And in fact, it floated on the Letterman show. So so maybe is actually some will float if they're dense. So buoyancy in this physics sense involves the qualities of the object and the qualities of the liquid upon which it will float or sink. And those two characteristics are working together. They are inseparable, and the buoyancy depends on those things working together perfectly. And it just seemed like this is such a wonderful little metaphor for our oneness with Divine Spirit, the Divine Spirit within, that oneness, trying to get my head around what does oneness actually mean? What does undivided interest, inseparable, all of that? It seemed like a nice metaphor for that, which is why I spent that much time talking about it. And I was really trying to connect it to this second part, but I was not. So the other thing that little floating story does, it's that when we feel buoyant, we are floating. We are aligned with divine. We're optimistic, cheerful, resilient, lighthearted, and connected to others. So that's kind of a broader definition of kind of the social aspects of buoyancy. So onto the spiritual buoyancy. As I think everybody here knows, I had a total knee replacement end of October, so 2 months ago. And while I was in that process, I was thinking about, and I knew that I had December 24th, and the theme was that I wanted to talk about was buoyancy. So I was thinking about buoyancy in this recovery process. And I was just very aware of all of the help, all of the kind words, all the attention I got from other people. Friends and family called, sent texts. I was really appreciative of that. Many of you here, I'm appreciative for that. Even the staff at the surgery center sent a card, wishing me well. And I had a lot of helpers, and Joyce is not here, we have company, but I would, in addition to the academy, thank my wife. So I don't know if she's watching today, but I had an image of floating on the outstretched hands of all these people that were wishing me well, cards, texts, and those kind of things. All of them expressing a love with their hands, with their support. And it wasn't that many of them actually, at the hospital certainly didn't know me, but it was a love of doing a good job, a love of serving people. It was a love of just being there for what they, were hired to do, basically. So that expression of love was really wonderful for me. It kept me afloat, kept me buoyant, and hopeful. Ernest Holmes wrote, "The hands of the eternal are outstretched through our hands." And so eternal is capitalized here, as we know. It's referencing a quality or characteristics of the divine or of God. So the hands of the eternal are outstretched through our hands. So our love, our works are where we express this love, where we express our support in other people's buoyancy, keeping their head afloat, keeping them up and positive and cheerful and moving forward. So I think of these outstretched hands of the eternal as these family and friends, keeping me afloat, kind of holding me up. And as I see my daily life as an expression of that divine love, both in what I can support and what is supporting me, I'm kept buoyant, I'm kept optimistic, connected, and resilient. So back to Christmas Eve, I think it was the love my parents had for us kids, for us 5 kids, as well as the tradition and family and the way it has always been done. I think there was also a love of the duty, that as parents in the 50s, Ozzie and Harriet, Leave It to Beaver, those kind of folks, it was the duty to provide the kind of Christmas that we could afford and endure all of the preparations of getting ready for the entire family that way. So that love kept them buoyant, to answer that question. So let's go forward and appreciate our friends and our holiday season in our hosting and in our being hosted, and just know that divine spirit is with us all, keeping us all buoyant. So
Thank you, John. You said a lot of things that I was thinking and feeling, and I needed to hear that. Wonderful. And I think about my family too, because they're in Canada. So anyway, that was wonderful. Now we have some music by Patti Hummel.
Thank you. So yeah, it's Christmas Eve. Good talk, John.
thanks.
It's Christmas Eve. I was brought up the same time you were. I was the oldest also. Yeah, Christmas has some good memories. I also lean into solstice, so there's a solstice song for you. Here we go. Say that spring will come again. No one knows exactly when. Still the sun's a long lost friend on the longest night of the year. We stare into the firelight while December beats outside, where the darkest hearts reside on the longest night of the year. So keep me safe and hold me tight. Let the candle burn all night. Tomorrow welcome back the light. It was the longest night of the year. I used to think the world was small, bright and shining like a ball. Seems I don't know much at all on the longest night of the year. We press our faces to the glass, see our little lives go past, wave to shadows that we cast on the longest night of the year. So keep me safe and hold me tight. Let the candles burn all night. Tomorrow welcome back the light. Was the longest night of the year. Make a vow when solstice comes to find the light in everyone. keep the faith and bang the drum on the longest night of the year. So keep me safe and hold me tight. Let that candle burn all night. Tomorrow, welcome back. The light was the longest night of the year. So keep me safe and hold me tight. Let the candle burn all night. Tomorrow, welcome back. The light on the longest night of the year.
Very pretty. And there's all these things about light, increasing light, being buoyant, lighthearted, having a lot of time. And I get to sit back here and I listen to the talks, and I also look up at this, and there are hands coming down. You were talking about hands, John. I was looking at the hands releasing, and it's sort of like you said, when God's hands work through us. They work through Patti, they work through you when you're talking. And we can receive and give at the same time. We get when we give. A lot of the time,
Amen.
don't we? So, and now I would like to introduce to you our wonderful Joe Bull, who is our speaker for today. Yay! Now that you're a Christmas present.
I'm a Christmas
You're a
present.
Christmas present.
Thank you.
And I move this.
Yeah, I don't need to be any taller. That was really cool, John. I didn't realize that Siri and Wikipedia was the highest authority anywhere. But now I do. Pretty interesting. I love it. I love it. I love what you had to say. I just want to touch on bravery today, about being brave enough to take on each day, do what we do each day as we go through life. I mean, but what is bravery actually? What is it? What does it mean to you and mean to me? Well, it means having the gumption, I think, to use new thought in our lives daily, having the guts to explain new thought to someone who has never experienced it or knows what it's about or what it is. Are we students of a new idea in religion? Perhaps. But I believe we are students of how to live better on this planet while we are here. I'm always looking for a better way to live my life in a positive way, to be brave enough to venture out beyond my old-time religious beliefs and learning to see if I can know for myself that these teachings, this New Thought religion, is a better way to go. LaLonde and I first got introduced to New Thought back in 1985, and we've been with it ever since. And we're learning and reading as we go, and every day I learn something new about these teachings. I don't dismiss or badmouth my old-time religion, ever, because I believe that all that I learned as a young child and a young adult made me who I am today. It led me to where I am today in New Thought. So it all helps support who I am today and who I'm becoming as a man. Jesus said, "Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid. Neither be dismayed, for God is with you wherever you go." That's right out of the Bible. Right out of the Bible. And yes, I refer to the Bible off and on all the time. I love reading the Bible and getting what it is that I want from there. And I think of it in a different way now because of New Thought religious science, in a more positive way. We are not students of a new idea for religion. I believe we are students that are bringing a better idea, a better way to live this human experience that we're having. We want to live in a more positive life and add to what it is that we're doing and learning, and also from our past beliefs, to not dismiss those. I don't think we need to dismiss them. Quick story, I think I shared this with you before. I was in Utah visiting my dad and stepmom, and I drove from there in a rental car back to Vegas and caught a flight out of there to get back home. And I'm running through the airport like everybody else, because they're going, hurry up, your connection is going to get ready to take off. And there was this elder gentleman in his 80s, I believe. He was very dapper looking. He wore a nice suit, and he's got his hands out like this. And he's smiling at everybody that's coming toward him, going, every day is a good day. Every day is a good day. You will make it. Slow down. And I did. I just slowed down and started walking, and I patted him on his shoulder as I walked past him. I said, bless you. He goes, God bless you too. I've never forgotten that man. That was exactly what I needed to hear at that very, very moment. People like that are amazing to me. We as New Thought students have experiences, demonstrations, and answers that come to us through thought, prayer, meditation. Yes? Through our spiritual beliefs and our spiritual practices. Boy, my mouth is dry. I had too much oatmeal, I think.
It's the oatmeal.
I have had demonstrated to me personally positive results from my prayers and positive demonstrations from the results of my actions and from the results of my actions towards someone else. I have prayed with many of you one-on-one. I have put out prayer treatments for people, to our entire team, and I get to sometimes hear the results of those prayers. People will call me or tell me later on, guess what happened with that situation? And it was always positive. And it just reaffirms for us that when we are brave and we are willing to think of things in a yes factor, in a positive way, it results. We see this in action. And why is it positive? It's because it's what we ask for. We get what we ask for. We know this. Ask and ye shall receive. Right out of the Bible again. Ask and ye shall receive. And we do receive by what we truly believe. We have to believe in what we're saying, don't we? We've learned this about New Thought. We have to believe it's going to happen for us once we finish a prayer, and totally release it and let it go, and believe, and the answer's coming. It always comes. I love hearing someone share with me their positive experiences and results, applying positive prayer and positive results. I really don't care to hear people talk about the wars, talk about catastrophic events, but it's all around us, isn't it? The news is always on someplace. It's hard to ignore it or not listen to it. And I do see it. I do read about it. And I pray up about it and release and let go. Each and every day I pray up for those situations to come. That is what I can do for those. I want to hear people say I have survived a disease or witnessed a healing, or how you help shine your light towards someone else and then a positive thing happens. That is bravery to me. It's brave of us to do those things. As we continue to be brave enough to demonstrate our spiritual selves for good, we expand our ideas for the good of all mankind everywhere. Because this stuff really works. When I first came into New Thought, religious science, I started testing the waters, so to speak. As I learned how to pray, the 5-step prayer action that we take, I wanted to see if this stuff was really something I could use and believe in. And it works. I'm a perfect living example of it. I have seen it time and time and time again. And I know you have too. That's why you're here, because you believe. We know how to respond by the needs and to the complexities of life everywhere. There's nothing bigger than God. Nothing, no thing. We are always evolving, aren't we? Aren't we using the models that Ernest Holmes set forth? The values that unite us? Experimenting with practices and beliefs to see how they can improve our lives, how the lives of others can be improved by positive examples through you and me. We are shining examples as good stewards. Have you had people ever look at you and say, you know, I've known you for a long time, and there's something different about you these days. You seem more up, more positive, more everything good. Where does that come from? That's my opportunity to share about these teachings. And then I don't mind doing that. Ernest Holmes said that bravery comes to us from within us. As God lives within all of us, we know this. Fear tends to stop us from growing, from trying something new or not yet understood by us. Fear is simply a lack of faith, isn't it? We can converse with a power greater than ourselves. That power is God, Spirit, Provider, Source, whatever name you have for God. I just call God, God. It's easier for me just to say, hi, God, I need to talk to you. I need you to hear me today. This power greater than us lives, like I said, within us. All we need to do is call upon it 24/7, and it's there for us. Many New Thought teachers believe that if all humanity recognized this truth, it would be impossible to be prejudiced or commit violent acts upon one another. We are brave enough to venture out from our old beliefs to learn about religious science. I have a question for you. When you decide to try this new idea, this new teaching, it's new to us, when we start looking at it, did you tell others about this new religion you found? I didn't, not right away, because I knew my family, oh my God, my family, if I brought it up to them, they'd have a lot of questions, and maybe my friends would too, and I wasn't prepared yet. I didn't know enough about these teachings to perhaps defend myself or explain myself as to what we believe and why. Some people say, yeah, I tell others. Some people say no. Other people say, oh God, no. I didn't announce it to others early on, but I do now. But I wait for somebody to say, Joe, what is it about you? There's our opportunity to speak with them about what we know, what we've learned about God and God's pure love and power and beauty. And I think we can demonstrate that by simply living it on a daily basis. But when I did start mentioning these teachings to friends, relatives, boy, did the questions come at me. It felt like people were trying to defend their religion toward mine. I said, it's not an us and them, folks, at all. I just have a different way of seeing and believing what God's power is. That's all. And they said, you don't believe in a hell, in a heaven and earth, a heaven and hell on this planet? I said, yeah, I do. I said, the hell is what we put ourselves into, but we can get out of that. And heaven is every day. and just living the way we want to live in a positive way. So you don't believe in Satan? No, I don't. People are always praying for me about that. You know, religious science has only been around for about 150 years. Did you know that? That's 2 human beings' lives. That's not very long. So people are still waking up to this idea about religious science and New Thought ways. I mean, if you think about it, our country is only about 247 years old. So we're still very young in that too. We're still learning to figure out how to get along and work together in our country and in the world. Holidays bring a lot of different emotions to different people, don't they? I have my memories of it. John mentioned some about his family. I have my memories of it, both good and bad. And for a lot of people, sometimes it's lonely. Or we're thinking about those who have passed and no longer here. So a lot of emotions go on through Christmas Day, and I understand that. But we have each other to call upon. We have God to call upon, to remind us that all is well with us. Many New Thought teachers believe that we are brave enough to venture out from our old beliefs to learn religious science. And we are. I'd like to finish my talk by presenting a song to you. It's beautiful, and I think it's appropriate right at this very moment. The song is called You Are the Face of God. Perhaps you've heard of it, from Karen Drucker. She's a beautiful, beautiful songwriter and singer. Close your eyes with me and just enjoy and sing it if you like.
You are the face of God.
Yes.
I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Yes.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu es l'image de Dieu. I hold you in my heart. Tu es l'image de l'amour. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu sei la luce di Dio. I hold you in my heart. Tu sei il volto dell'amore. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. In my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of God. The face of love.
Namaste. And so it is.
Thank you so much. That is a present, and being here is a present. It's a present. It's so nice to be able to come somewhere like this and feel calm, understood, and loved. And I feel it.
Namaste, Kim.
And it helps you grow taller.
It's amazing.
Yes, it's a
Now, if I
miracle.
could just get my hair to grow thicker. I'd be really happy for that too. No, that was just beautiful. I could relate to every single part of what's been said here today. It feels so nice. And so we're going to have, I guess we're going to have an offertory now. Can I ask for 2 people who would like to volunteer to take these wonderful green colored prosperity basket thingies?
I know I do this all the time. I just love to walk with these beautiful women.
Oh, there you go. Well, get your wish here.
And I think your hair is lustrous and beautiful.
Oh,
And so it is.
well, thank you. That's why I come here.
Oh, wait, oh.
Okay, we're gonna say the offertory prayer.
It's coming, it's
We
coming.
got lost there. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. It's true, it's true. Yay, Patti. I like that music. Oh, and I'm supposed to explain to you on Zoom about how you make eye going into the eye focus. It comes in the emails. And that you receive by pressing the read button. It has easy instructions on how to donate funds to the PLC, or you can send a check to the Positive Living Center, P.O. Box 2683, Oakhurst, California, 93614. Okay, I got that in.
Also in the eye focus.
I did say the eye focus, but we could say that again. I might have gotten lost.
Just the address, that
Yeah.
point.
Okay, it's in the eye focus.
Yeah.
So now, do we have any announcements today? Wow, it's fairly quiet. Oh, I thought we can always have an announcement there. Come on up. Just here. Okay, I'm gonna move that too.
Oh, I was looking forward to being
Oh,
as
you
tall
wanna-
as
you
Joe.
wanna-
No, it's okay. I want to sit in my bully pulpit, or stand on my bully. One of the downsides of being really healthy is that you see a lot of friends leave and make their transition before you're ready for them to do that. And a really dear friend for many years, Jack Gines, made his transition last week. And Jack is our beautiful sister, Julie Gines' father. And so I thought we might take a moment and send her and her mother, who's suffering from a little bit of a viral infection also, and also it's probably mixed with a little bit of sadness. So if we could just take a moment and send them some positive energy, some love from us to them right now, I sure would appreciate it. Just a moment. And so it is. I'm sure they felt that. So it is.
Yes. So it is. Thank you.
I have some greetings to pass on.
Okay.
I was talking to our good friend Giuseppe Nelson the other day. He is spending Christmas with his cousins in Birmingham, and he wanted to, he called and said, I have something funny to tell you. He has joined a Unitarian congregation near where he's living in Hickory, North Carolina now, and having fun with it. They've already recruited him to, lead music stuff there, like he always does. And he said they had their Christmas service, as we do. And he goes, it was the weirdest thing, Patti. He goes, not only did they do O Come, Emmanuel, but they did the Christians and the pagans. And he goes, I just felt like you were there and everyone else was there. He goes, and then this guy walked in. He was really tall, and he had cowboy boots and a cowboy hat on. And he looked strangely like someone I'm looking at right now. And not only that, he was a cowboy from Colorado, and he plays harmonica. So he was thinking of us and asked me to send his love. Also, he's not getting the eye focus, so we need to check and make sure that he's on the list. That way he can come and visit us on Zoom more often.
Sounds good.
So anyways, happy holidays from Joe Nelson.
Yay, that's nice. I also got a card from Jenny Evans.
Yeah.
I
Yay.
just received it yesterday, and that was so nice. And she said, we're gonna have a chat pretty soon. So, it's nice because this time of year we start to remember people
Right.
that we miss, and, they're in our hearts.
Silver and gold.
And we send that energy out, and we send energy out. It's wonderful. So that's great. I'd like to hear that story. So now I have to announce that our prayer partner this week is John LaLonde. So
Yay.
if you need to see John, I don't know, wherever you want to be in the back. And if you can't get in to see him, you can talk to any one of us. We're available. All right, next week's speaker is Reverend Sandy West, right here.
Yay.
The next speaker.
So come back
No, wait, no, there was, yeah,
Is that changed?
Yeah, the 31st.
yeah,
Well, that's
31st. I'm in 2
Never
weeks.
change.
Well, it says here,
She does the first
Yeah,
of the
that's
month.
my fault,
it's okay, I'm not blaming you.
But please don't make faults like that.
Who's gonna do the talk? I don't have it
Yeah.
memorized, so who's gonna do the talk?
Judy.
Who?
Judy.
Judy, oh, I didn't know. Okay,
It's the
Judy,
the
our wonderful
31st.
Reverend Judy.
Judy.
We get two.
Thank you, because I wasn't ready.
Well, that's great. So we have a lot to look forward to this month. We're coming into New Year's, this is Christmas. So I want to wish everybody a Merry, Merry Christmas. And we'll be here for your New Year, Happy New Year stuff. So we'll get to that. So now let's do the prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds me.
The love of God enfolds me.
The
Power of God protects me.
The
The presence of God watches over me.
The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Hallelujah. That's true. And now we're going to have our wonderful musician, Patti Hummel, give us a closing song.
Okay, this is the closing?
Well, I don't know, that's what's down here.
Is that
Whatever,
closing?
give us a song, it doesn't have to be closing.
Okay, well, I might do another one after this, but
Okay.
let me do
Whatever you
this
want, we like
one.
music.
I am on fire today. Come darkness, come light, come new star shining bright, come love to this world tonight. Hallelujah. Come broken, come whole, come wounded in your soul, come any way you know. hallelujah. There's a stable and a light within. There's an angel and there's 3 wise men. Today a baby's born in Bethlehem. Hallelujah. Come doubting, come sure, come fearful to this door. Come see what love is for. Hallelujah. Come running, come walking slow. Come weary on your broken road. Come see him and shed your load. Hallelujah. There's a stable and a light within. There's an angel and there's 3 wise men. Today a baby's born in Bethlehem. Hallelujah. Come darkness, come light. Come new star shining bright. Come love to this world tonight. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That's so nice, so beautiful. So I want to thank all our speakers today, our musician, Patti, and for all of you to be here so we can all share this wonderful season together. And I want to invite up Reverend Sandy West to do some praying for us.
And I want to thank Reverend Kim for doing all the flowers this week and getting them all watered and making all the.
Yeah, they look lovely.
And LJ for rearranging them all. Oh, you gotta come watch them before church, guys. They're hysterical.
I think it has to do with Virgo and what was it? No,
And aesthetic, Libra.
John, Joe, it was exceptional today.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. That's the best one you've
Yeah.
ever done.
Yes,
Thank you, thank you.
definitely.
thank you.
Yeah, great.
Oh. So just close your eyes and feel the peace of today. The peace that passes all understanding. The peace of our spiritual family and our spiritual home. Life is good this holiday season. Oh, life gets better and better. And as Joe said, focusing on the good in people, focusing on the wonder and the good that's happening, focusing on the divine potential, knowing that we are on the path, that the divine is right here with us, in us, through us, and that today, here among friends, life is the best. And I give such glorious thanks for that which is ours. And say with me, please.
And
so it is.
Merry Christmas! We see you next week. Have a great week. Have a great day tomorrow. And Patty's going to sing another song. And that's it. I'm done.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Oh, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us, small. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. Now, right now, in the present time, here and now, so it is. Happy holidays, everybody.